Ready to go?
MVP's turn to ban. Fnatic's turn to ban.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. MVP Phoenix versus Fnatic, game number 2. As Fnatic
10
should have won game
remaining.
number 1, but MVP
Yes.
Phoenix instead take it, and they keep their hopes alive for a top 4
MVP's
spot.
turn to ban.
I don't think I've ever heard that tone of voice from you.
What? Which tone?
When you said hello.
Hello, hello,
Fnatic's turn
hello,
to
party
ban.
people.
So yes, this match probably matters a lot more for MVP Phoenix. In fact, it does matter, right? Because we already saw the wins that came up.
Yeah.
So
We won't spoil them in case anybody wants to watch.
yeah,
but
but needless to say, there are some wins that happen, so kind of puts Fnatic guaranteed bottom 4. Obviously,
is that true?
okay.
I'm pretty sure.
We're pretty sure. Okay, maybe not. Either way, Fnatic, they're still going to play this out no matter what, even if they're stuck in the bottom 4, because if you can at least make it to fifth or sixth, right, you will have better options instead of being the last kid picked for the baseball team.
So for people that don't know, as a refresher course, first place in the group gets to choose who they play in the opposite group out of the 3 and 4 position, respectively, and fifth gets to also do the same, which would determine the brackets. So you get a lot of power in your hands. So even getting fifth, not the worst thing. Of course, the worst part of being in the bottom 4 of this bracket, though, is that you are placed into an automatic best of 1.
10 seconds
Yes.
remaining.
So
That
if you're
is-
in an automatic best of 1, you might as well give yourself
5
the
seconds
best
remaining.
fighting chance possible by being able to pick your opponent.
That is scary. Being a best of 1 at TI.
Yeah.
Reserve time.
Who knows? There are plenty of great teams who have gone out early on in tournaments, in part due to the group stage.
Yeah.
In fact, we can look all the way back to TI4, where there were still teams eliminated by the group stage.
Exactly. And if you're a team here, being in the upper bracket is such a huge advantage over everybody, just because you no longer have to worry about as much. You can prep for just one opponent at a time.
10 seconds
You
remaining.
can very clearly read the bracket, see where things are going. There's just, it's
5
incalculable,
seconds
the
remaining.
advantages that you get as a result.
Heading into our drafts
Reserve
for
time.
game number 2 now. Fnatic start off with Ogre Magoo.
Mirana.
It's going to be first pick. They chose to ban away both the
MVP's
Riki
turn to
as
ban.
well as the Bounty Hunter, not giving MVP Phoenix the opportunity to go for the old 1-2 punch that we talked about last draft. MVP Phoenix there, Riki Lifestealer is kind of a mainstay
10
for them.
seconds remaining.
Fnatic tried to grab it up for themselves, didn't work out. So instead, they just banned it
5
away
seconds
entirely. Instead,
remaining.
MVP Phoenix are going to pick up the other Titan once again, as well as the Juggernaut.
Fnatic's
Very strong
turn
opener
to
by
ban.
them. They seem pretty comfortable with it. Mirana is a good hero overall in this game and this meta still. I remember there was at one point when she was like undefeated after playing 6 games. That's got to account for something. And Ogre,
10
he does Ogre
seconds
things.
remaining.
I think as we saw the tournament progress, at least for the group stage,
MVP's
this
turn
hero's
to
fallen off
ban.
a little bit. Going into the tournament, I know a lot of teams favored this hero very highly, but
Fnatic's
it seems like
turn to
people are
ban.
finding a way to deal with him a little bit more than they used to. Which just involves pretty much ignoring him and doing stuff in other lanes.
Well, our second set of bans, Draw Ranger, as well
MVP's
as
turn
the
to
Axe
pick.
by MVP Phoenix. Don't want to get cheesed out by a Draw Ranger strat. I guess I can't really call it cheese because it's not like a special strategy even anymore. But don't want to deal to that all-powerful
10
5-man
seconds
strat.
remaining.
Meanwhile, Fnatic going to take away the Naga Siren and the
5
Alchemist.
seconds remaining.
Naga Siren, one of the staple heroes for MVP Phoenix. Alk, kind of not so much. I feel like
Reserve
Alk
time.
is too slow for them. Like, I think Naga's the slowest that MVP Phoenix gets, but let's see. I'm trying to think of heroes right now. I know they like the Oracle in the last game. Could see it. Oh,
A lot of single
Fnatic's
target
turn
focus
to pick.
from Ogre and Mirana. You've got not only the magic damage save from Oracle's Fate's Edict, still have a hard time remembering exactly which abilities are which. And then you've got the False Promise as well.
So for
Big saving
Fnatic,
grace.
remaining.
probably open. I'm trying to think right now.
5
So
seconds
you have
remaining.
Ogre. You need somebody in the laning phase. I think AA is okay here.
Faceless Void.
But Void's going to be the choice instead.
MVPs.
I like the
turn
Ancient
to
Apparition, though, 4th pick up here. You know that MVP Phoenix aren't going to get it. They've already got their combination of supports, Elder Titan and Oracle. You've got 2 different healers, and now you've got the Faceless Void Chronosphere to set it all up. That
10
feels good.
seconds remaining.
Indeed it does. What do
A
you take?
lot of magic damage. And
They could do
5
Slardar again.
seconds remaining.
It's not bad here. They could even do Darkseer because they already took the Oracle.
Reserve time.
I think DS would be alright. It deals well with the fact that if Ogre wants to run around, you just take a hero like Darkseer, pressure the offlane.
yeah. They wouldn't have a hero to couple with that Darkseer, which I feel like really highlights the biggest strength of the Darkseer, being able to run sort of an aggro dual lane scenario. Bat Rider instead is going to be their choice. They
Gotta
needed
take
they needed some form of initiation, right? And that is where it's going to be able to come from. Fnatic now have the opportunity to go for the Ancient Apparition that we talked about. Still a few other supports left in the pool. Vengeful Spirit against the Bat Rider,
10
once again,
seconds
wouldn't be
remaining.
a bad option. There's a lot of others potentially as time
5
goes on,
seconds
but we'll
remaining.
see. They're probably going to be leaving their safe laner.
Reserve
I
time.
mean, I guess Faceless Void could be the safe lane carry, could also be an offlaner, so we're not totally locked down in that regard, but I believe they're going to pick up their support here no matter what and leave the core for last pick, or not. I'll be completely wrong. Let's see the Slark.
MVPs turn to
Slark is
bat.
good against all these heroes.
Yeah, the only way they pick up a core here is if they think it's going to be 5th band, and they decided, yeah, that's a real threat. It's Slark really good versus Juggernaut. Bat Rider can fiendishly
10
pick off the
seconds
Oracle
remaining.
and Elder Titan multiple times.
5
So.
seconds remaining.
Good options, good options. Our 5th round of bans now.
Reserve time.
I think Fnatic they need one more support. I still kind of like the AA.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
It's kind of bad though against dealing with a Bat Rider, so maybe you take Venge.
Yeah.
I think you take Venge or AA as a support. And for Phoenix, they need, what, a mid laner? Or, actually, no, they never run Jug safe lane.
Yeah, so safe laner.
Safe laner that MP likes to play. That can deal with Slark later on.
What heroes can deal with Slark later on?
I mean, you can just push the pace against this hero.
Yeah, isn't it more likely against Faceless Void and Slark that you're just gonna try and push the pace and go high ground sooner rather than later?
They could honestly just do PL again, but I think PL is a little bit more susceptible to death this game.
Yeah.
They could do the Huskar man.
Huskar man?
Turn
I'm
to
always
bat.
down for a good good huskening.
Is it really that good? I mean, I guess it won't die. It really won't die against these heroes.
Yeah. What about? I was gonna say PA, but that's not a MP hero.
Well, Timbersaw is going to be the ban by Fnatic.
So we think AA or Venge for Fnatic.
Yep.
I'd be okay with either of those. And for MVP Phoenix,
10 seconds remaining.
not sure.
5 seconds remaining.
Terrorblade?
League's assassin.
Push the tempo. Push the tempo. Oh.
MVPs.
All right,
turn
that's a
to
safe lane
pick.
carry Faceless Void now, and an off lane Nyx instead.
Yeah.
Or wait, no, mid Nyx.
Mid Nyx.
Sorry, I forgot we had a Slark. So
or you
mid
could even
Nyx.
do mid Faceless Void
10
offlane
seconds
Nyx.
remaining.
I guess when you're facing up against a mid Juggernaut, there's
5
saw mid Void
seconds
today.
remaining.
you don't need to fall into the trap of quote unquote
Oh, it was a
traditional.
Huskar. Ugh.
Good work.
I'm getting so good at calling all the Huskar picks.
You really are.
I'm the Huskar seer. I saw the Oracle Huskar last 2 picks on the
Uh-huh.
way.
All right, well. Looking at the full draft, what are you thinking, Blitzdota? You called the Huskar pick, but is it a winner for MVP Phoenix?
I think MVP are gonna win.
Oh,
Because-
whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, it's Nyx Assassin support. Oh, okay. They're running support Nyx and support Ogre. The reason I didn't really look at that was just because you'd be running double melees. But then again, Mirana as a core it makes a lot more sense for Fnatic. I'm not sure if I've ever seen them run support Mirana. Have you?
No, I didn't think it
5
was.
seconds remaining.
Okay, so DJ. I mean, I thought they had 3 cores. We just thought they would take AA or whatchamacallit as their last one.
Yeah.
We knew it'd be
we were
Mirana
pretty
mid.
set out on that. Yeah, just Nyx Assassin kind of threw a
Prepare
spanner in the
for
works
battle.
there.
That was a little bit odd. All right, so first player to get 50 last hits. I think it'll be. It's a safe lane. I think it'll be mid one.
Yeah, I think
Team
so too.
who places the most obs wards by game end.
Whatever. I mean, that's a 50-50
Yeah.
shot.
Player with highest total magic or pure damage by 25 minutes. But does the Huskar Flaming Spear count as magic?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Okay,
I put MP.
Did you? All right.
Yeah.
Total number of player deaths by. I will say this will be a high volume game. Let's go.
QO running straight into the 4-man of Fnatic here, but not going to be punished, it seems like. He should have spin up, so he'll level it if needed. Okay, or doesn't. What? QO? Oh no, he's hit by the arrow. He's comboed down. That's easily going to be first blood as they right-click him away. The 3-man stomp goes up, and maybe they can get some return fire here. 3-4-3, going to try and juke his way through the trees.
Oh, this is
Not
so smart.
happening, though.
He's getting away from the rest of his team so that they can't continue the push.
Yeah, and which means maybe bounty run for Mushi?
If they all decided to fight that, then I think MVP wins just off the bat rider.
Yeah.
So I think they did the right move right there. Just he's trying to deny it. But mid one's gonna get one for the Slark anyways.
So, first blood, Fnatic with their sneaky maneuver, and they're going to do another sneaky maneuver here. Ohio is going to show himself and pull the creep wave, trying to give himself an early level 2. Meanwhile, 3-4-3, not entirely sure what his plan is. I guess he's just going to be that off-lane support. They managed to get the pull up here. The MP is going to be leading the creep wave into the tower, so it means eventually this lane will push kind of no matter what.
Yeah.
Oh, 3-4-3. They cancel the stomp there. Febby, I think he would have landed that one, but either way, wouldn't have made too big of a difference. Just a small pittance of damage against the sea of HP that is the Ochre Magi.
And right now, Mushi just plugging away at farm and this bottom lane Forev is contesting. Maybe we guessed wrong then, because mid one is not getting a lot of help in this lane, whereas MP is just doing Huskar things.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Not sure what
Radiant's
the... I mean,
bottom tower
Nyx
is under
Assassin
attack.
later on into the game, pretty cool versus Bat Rider with that spike carapace on the flames, able to get a free stun on him at any point.
Yes.
But in the laning phase, you're obviously very exposed.
You just kind of have to grab some levels.
Our mid lane matchup, Mirana versus the Juggernaut, looks like a slight lead for Mushi so far, but should be pretty much a farm fest, right? Unlikely to see kill one way or the other.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think both teams are content with the pace of the game right now.
Yeah, the Juggernaut would only have a kill opportunity most of the time when he hits level 6, but then you've got Leap from the Mirana, so no real opportunities. So Fnatic is pretty much losing every lane, or not fully losing, but they're certainly not winning any lane outright.
That's good. I mean, Fnatic's... They're doing well in this mid lane, quite well. This top lane...
Yeah, but my point is, like, it's kind of a farm fest, right?
Yeah,
And
everyone
then,
just chills.
and then the off lane is just kind of like, okay, you're not going to die, but you're not going to get much farm as Ohio.
I think Ohio... He's going to get okay amount.
Yeah.
Especially with 3-4-3 up here. Huskar's only really dangerous when his fire gets to, like, level 4. It's when you get into, like, real pain territory. It's like... Right now, it's just, like, touching the stove. But soon it'll be full-on California fire. Brush fire.
Uh-huh. It's still that bottom lane that concerns me, right? Forev can actually win his lane as an off-laner here if he
that's
plays it right.
pretty scary. We guessed wrong. There's no way mid one's getting first in CS. Darn it, I was hoping all in on mid one.
All in on mid one. Just mid one for every category.
That was sick. We just all guessed mid. I never seen a more obvious one though.
Yeah, me neither.
This 343 gets repelled back by the purifying flames.
DJ coming around the side here. Ooh, Midwan, maybe you should have waited for the stun to come out first from DJ. Still looking for that stun. Missed it. Now Bevy's going to be able to hit the stomp, and Forev is stacking up the sticky napalm charges. Is going to be forced back by Midwan, though. Fevy's quite low. He'll TP out, though.
Does not have any Firefly available, so...
I mean, if they'd land a number of those abilities, that could have actually been a kill for Fnatic, and that would have been a huge boon for this Slark, who's feeling so much pressure already.
Yeah, he's not doing the best under CSing under the tower, and meanwhile the Huskar up at top just, you know, the presence of Huskar alone scares everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to mess with this guy.
Free farming.
Yeah, he just works out all the time.
That one thing being said is, maybe it's part of the reason of why they picked up a Nyx assassin. They decided, you know, let's just give Slark full experience in this lane. Let's get him to that level 6 as quick as possible, and then he can actually deal with the Bat Rider in a 1v1 scenario.
I mean, laning phase is not that big of a deal in a game like this. You're okay with the amount of farm that you're getting because the Slark has Dark Pack. He's going to catch up in the jungle anyways. We saw this in the last game that Mid-1 played, I think when it was against Liquid, where he ended up getting a good amount of farm despite having just kind of a mediocre laning phase. And he's about to hit 6, like you said. You want to try to get as active as you can. Would like to see them play a lot more as a team, though, than they did in the last game anyways. Felt like that's what was sorely lacking for them. Yeah,
Fnatic certainly had an opportunity to be able to win that last game. They were well set up going probably 20 minutes in. Excusing the Midas, even with that build, Fnatic certainly could have just adopted the right playstyle to be able to finish out that game, but didn't play it fast enough. And hopefully they learned their lesson here in game number 2.
This Mirana, though, is doing exceedingly well right now against QO. He's trying to bait QO into going for the spin so he can get the kill, but QO's instead just going to pop that cute cat healing ward.
I thought for sure with the healing wards.
Oh, he missed uphill.
Miss. I thought for sure with his healing wards and I guess regen being funneled in. Don't you get a oh yeah,
he's just bottle crying.
Yeah, bottle crying.
Come on, Cap.
with the bottle, right, and the healing ward, I thought you would just be high enough HP that you would still get good CS as QO.
Because what ends up happening is that Mirana walks into the middle lane, fakes going for the Starstorm. If you pop the spin right then she just gets to get really aggressive on you.
Oh, okay.
And if you rush the phase boots like she did, she just right clicks you nonstop.
Right.
Instead of going for the Ring of Aquila. It's hard.
Okay.
Joe can't really survive against this lane, just because his base HP pull isn't enough.
Well, Midwan is now level 6, so Forev never saw that opportunity to actually get a kill at bottom. Mids.
Dang, we just missed it. So, Mushi walks in the middle lane, it looks like he's going to Starstorm, then Kyo runs back, then Mushi just right-clicks him in the back 4 times.
Yeah.
That's how you're supposed to play this lane. And once in a while, you will throw out the Starstorm like that, and Kyo takes half of his HP right there.
Wow. Okay. Well, guess I was totally wrong about everything.
It's all good, man.
That's standard, though.
Most casters are.
Maybe gonna stack up a little bit more. That'll be something for QO to munch on a little bit later.
Oh, he misses uphill on the ward again.
Mushi's
Alright, this time he's gonna get it.
Alright.
There's no way.
Goodbye, little kitty.
Meow. Goodbye.
Little kitty grave. Man, I'm so bad at drawing.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
You're
attack.
even worse, actually.
That's false. Alright, so 10-minute mark coming up.
Don't play Pictionary with Blitz.
Man, nothing has happened in this game, though. 1-1. Everyone seems like
incorrect.
They're perfectly okay as first person to get 50 last hits. Oh, I thought
it's a Mirana. Yeah, you thought it was Huskar. You thought it was going to be Huskar, but he missed it by 2.
I actually, no, I read the category wrong. I thought it was who would get the most last hits by 10 minutes.
Oh, it was first to 50? Oh, okay.
We are fools.
Yeah. Either way, don't really expect a Mirana. That's kind of like it used to be that Mirana was never picked up, and part of the reason why is her base damage was so awful.
Now you just remedy it because you go for natural stat items and you're strong enough.
Yeah.
So it's somewhat okay.
And there's very clearly a great way for you to keep up your farm now from Ags, where it wasn't the greatest before.
Radiant's top tower is under
Top lane, MVP Phoenix, there's the jump in. Ohio should be able to time walk it off. deep inside the trees, but it'll be okay.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, and meanwhile, I mean, MVP's still having an okay time of it, but they're going to lose Forev here. Although mid one is taking so much damage.
There's the stomp. They managed to get the lasso onto 343. They are going to be able to survive with Forev, it looks like. He will get the burn damage onto one, and mid one goes down as well. bo2 coming in. 2 heroes dive, and 2 heroes die.
That timing on that stomp by Fevy was pretty game-changing right here. As the Bat manages to survive, he picks up a kill, 2 assists. They do lose that mid tower because QO decided he had to rotate, but it's perfectly alright.
It's all good for MVP Phoenix. Slight little bump up there for the Bat Rider, that's for sure. He'll have that drums all the quicker. Now, you talked about the difference between drums and Blink Dagger on Bat Rider. And kind of what I got from it when we talked about it is it feels like when you're the only form of initiation for your team, you kind of need the Blink first. In this game, he kind of is the best form of initiation here. Why the drums? This is a team that's going to be getting aggressive, right? You've got a Huskar, you're facing up against a Slark. You want to be determining the tempo of this game and pushing objectives, and part of that is finding the pickoffs to allow an easier time of pushing objectives. Why not Blink first?
He might just be getting the
casual bracer.
The casual bracer.
Yeah. Okay.
But I do like just getting bracer plus the raindrops. With the wand, I mean, you're very tanky as an offlaner. You've got 1000 HP with the wand and the infused raindrops. You can absorb a lot of damage. As up at top, the Rev's gonna get gone on.
They will be able to land the arrow, obviously, but
man does not take damage.
He really doesn't. The raindrop with bracer too much to handle, and he'll actually be healed up to full from Dubu, so he can even stick around.
Yeah. And that's a chrono use too. That's their kill combination. They rotated their Mirana for that one as well.
Oh no, bottom lane.
Oh, QO dies.
QO dies to a Nyx assassin. Looks like he got Vendetta stunned and
he is
popped.
Level 7 already with Arcane Boots, almost on his way to level 8. That is incredibly leveled.
How did he get that? I guess the 2 deaths
kept pulling.
at bottom lane. He got a solo lane and he was pulling constantly.
Just kept pulling non-stop.
Mushi shows up at top lane. Getting a lot of damage out there. Stopping the push, MVP Phoenix. And it's kind of surprising that a Slark lane will claim the tier 1 tower before the Huskar lane can.
It's not too surprising just because MP often left the lane to go jungle so that Oracle could find XP for himself, whereas this bottom lane got abandoned a lot sooner since the Bat Rider just kind of pieced it. Man, Kyo has not had the best game though. He is the one struggling on his team. Net worth wise, just barely above an offlane Void who's largely been jungling.
Vendetta time? Vendetta time, baby. They do have a counter ward out. Don't want to run straight through. Little Nyx assassin. Maybe he'll do the full wraparound. But this will be a full 5-man from MVP Phoenix. They've moved QO up here. They're going to say, damn it, we are going to take this tier 1 tower. You can't stop us, Fnatic. And looks like Fnatic will give up on it, except for an attempted deny by Mushi. Not quite there. And there it is. DJ did go for the wraparound and ended up finding a courier in the process. Now there's a run into Forev, hits the impale, which leads into now the arrow, almost popping Forev with the starfall. Ohio's last couple of right clicks will do the trick.
Yeah, MVP though, they want to start grouping up as 5 soon, take Roshan, start playing objective Dota. They probably have to go for a pick though before they do that. Although it's not easy to take out this Slark anymore. He's got 2,800 gold on him. Could just decide to go for a Shadow Blade of his own and with this Nyx create this Reign of Terror.
You want the Silver Edge eventually against Huskar, right?
It's not just that. In the game that he went to Blink Dagger, it made some sense just because I can't even remember what hero. I think there was a Mirana on the other team. But in this game, there's no one that he can really latch onto off of the Blink Dagger that would make it exceedingly strong.
Yeah.
I was a Drow Ranger, that's what it was. It was Drow Medusa.
Mid lane, spin out, QO. Will be okay. As you said, MVP Phoenix are going to group up. They're probably looking towards Roshan right now with 2 heroes of Fnatic pushing out the top lane. He'll trade that tier 1 any time, but QO, he may have just gotten picked off a Starstorm once again. Finishing off yet another hero, Mushi. Didn't have that great of a game. We had some question marks about some of his decisions in game 1, but he is rapidly becoming the shining star for Fnatic in game number 2.
No question marks here. And we are definitely going to be wrong about the magic damage done at this rate, just because Mushi is almost got that Ags at just 15 minutes.
Jesus.
I mean, any more pickoffs here is going to be huge for them.
So they kind of grouped up for nothing, right? Like, because that pickoff on QO, they're going to lose that tier 1 tower on top for free. Now they're going to lose Dubu. And MVP Phoenix, there's just no momentum whatsoever. It's all being stifled by Fnatic.
Yeah, Fnatic are doing a really good job of splitting the map as well. During this time, Ohio just continues to farm up that top lane too. He's got that full Vlad's coming in as well. Everybody from Fnatic has actually got such a good amount of farm right now.
Yeah. They very clearly have the better late game on Fnatic, right?
Yes, I would imagine so.
Yeah, so the MVP Phoenix are going to have a rather limited window in the mid game where they can try and strike back and end this thing. It's going to be a lot of it coupled around Roshan. Rosh number 1 being the really starting point for MVP Phoenix in their way back into this game.
I think if Fnatic win this fight, they can honestly just snowball. This is so huge. MP's getting already a little bit too low.
Good Chronosphere could mean everything. They do have the healing ward up on the side. Ooh, MP actually bounces back that damage onto himself, dropping lower and lower. Ohio faking it out. Chronosphere now going down, only catching Febby. Not great. Meanwhile, Mushi stuck inside the pit is going to be caught. Oh, he goes down before the TP could complete. Dubu will end up dying. Looks like he managed to get off the false promise. He might be able to heal himself back up, actually. The stomp lands on mid-one inside of his ult. Now he's going to be snapped back with the Elder Titan ultimate. Oh, no! Fnatic! We were setting this all up for... Oh, DJ's gonna go Vendetta! He didn't get it in time, and 343 was kind of hanging around, waiting in the wings as well. But MVP Phoenix, quick to snatch onto him, will be able to make this a 3rd kill before returning back to the Roshan pit. We're setting all of that up for the idea of Fnatic potentially being able to stop this Roshan attempt and steamroll from there, but now quite the opposite. Instead of stopping MVP's momentum before it even starts, they actually jumpstart MVP Phoenix.
I am not even sure what's going on right now because I didn't think it was going to be possible for Fnatic to win that fight. Everything kind of went poorly for both teams because MVP had to force the Oracle ultimate onto Dubu himself. On top of that, they couldn't really back MP up just because the lines got split, but at the same time, Fnatic, that jump, it only hits the ET. Nobody on his team is ready for it. Mushi was in the pit by himself.
Yeah, Mushi got focused by an Omni Slash, which he had to leap out in order to dodge the Omni Slash damage.
Just went the wrong way, though.
Yeah, he went into the Roshan pit, leaves him trapped like a rat.
Okay, so they can't... I mean, if they could have gone the Slark there and Mirana was in a better position, maybe if they ball up together, they can just kill the Oracle and the ET in the backline, then play the kite game against this Huskar and this Jug, but right now at bottom, mid-one. I'm really surprised that mid-one died. That ET just destroyed him.
Really clutch stomp by him. They're going to go into MP here, see if maybe the stun plus the Vendetta burst damage, but no, an armlet toggle makes things difficult. DJ tried that before.
I think you just push down with Healing Ward now if you're MVP.
Yeah.
They are very comfortable taking team fights as long as they have sentries.
Don't muck about, don't make it complicated, just 5-man into towers.
Yeah, that mid tower is probably going to be your first goal.
Goodbye, Courier.
That is the 2nd time this game now.
Yeah.
What was on it?
A lot of donkeys dying. Whatever it wasn't much.
Windlace and some sentries. That sentry, that's helpful though. MVP, they don't want to get delayed though in this push.
Yeah, and they are very much so being delayed because we've got Mushi pushing out the top lane. He's going to have his Ags coming in, so he'll split push all the quicker. Ohio, he's feeling like he's kind of impossible to actually gank. It's going to require the Blink Lasso from Batrider to secure it. Other than that, he can't really be stopped, so he can kind of push in a side lane as well constantly.
Yeah, we talked about how MVP just won a 5-man down, but look what's happening right now is mid-one.
Mid-one actually gets spotted by Karev. He's going to try and run him down with the Firefly over the top, but the Pounce does get some distance. Looks like QO somehow gets snatched up by Mirana at the top lane. Mid-one will escape as well. Bad turns to worse for MVP Phoenix.
Yeah, that was just a setup by DJ. And, I mean, for a second it looked like they were going to kill the Slark, and instead they waste some time, they waste the lasso, if they had any sort of follow for that, he most likely would have been dead. And now MP at top just going to kind of get messed with. Immediately pops the TP.
DJ, gotta be a little careful there. Even just TPing out doesn't mean that you're gonna survive. Look at that.
Fire hurts.
It really, really does.
But all the lanes are being pushed in. They take this bottom tower too. I think MVP's lineup might just be too slow right now, which is surprising to say considering they have a Huskar draft. But Mushi is doing a very good job of splitting this up. Mid one is constantly pushing in the waves. He's already got that full Silver's Edge. Could be very effective against this Huskar now.
A lot of that has to be the Juggernaut early pickup, right, by MVP Phoenix. The fact that it had a hard time in lane against the Mirana, and then you've got this hero that doesn't come online the fastest.
I don't think it's just that. I think part of it deals with the fact that the Slark, yes, he got contested, but after the mid-game point, MVP weren't able to gather up. They kind of just meandered a little bit. Fnatic wasted their time enough so that the Slark got a Shadow Blade. And in a game like this, if you look at their lineup, they don't have the best ways to lock him down. That's why we were so surprised when he died at the Roche fight.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're going to be wrong in all of our things again.
Are we?
Yeah. Every single one of them.
25 minutes. Oh man, there needs to be 14 more kills in the next 5 minutes.
For you, maybe, dude. I chose 36
plus? Why? In a 25-minute game, are you insane?
Cap. The thing is,
2 kills a minute. Is that what you're expecting out of this?
The thing is that I expected. So I knew that it was. So I thought it was going to be your prediction, but I figured that I'm wrong all the time. So I would go the next level.
So to be clear, Blitz needs 36. Is that what you said? So
yes.
We're at 12 right now. So you need 26. Did I do the math right? 24. You need 24. Jesus, basic.
There's currently 12.
So you need 24 kills in the next 4.5 minutes.
Yes. I mean, everyone could die repeatedly in buyback. You don't know this.
And buyback and run at each other, and then what? Can't buy back again.
I don't know.
That's still only 20 kills.
I thought Alright, never mind.
Oh man, well there goes the Aegis. MVP Phoenix completely lost their opportunity to utilize that advantage that was given to them by Fnatic after a nasty team fight. And now they're right back where they were kind of at. In fact, even worse. 10,000 gold advantage for Fnatic now, as opposed to the 8,000 they had before that Roshan fight.
24 kills could happen. 4 minutes, there's...
They would have to 5-man clash against each other right away. They all die.
As you say that.
They're only going to run into one, though. DJ, that's a one-off.
DJ is so farmed, though, that he almost counts for 5 heroes.
That
so
is true.
Add 5 to that. If they kill this Slark, that's like a 20 bomb. I think one Slark in this game is worth 10 of these Ogres.
Okay, well, I will give you that. I will give you that, and I will say it still won't happen.
Truth that.
True that. Tier 1, going to be taken out by MVP Phoenix, but you can see where these side lanes are. Fnatic, they understand this strategy pretty clearly. They don't need to contest MVP Phoenix right now. Push up the side lanes, draw this game out until Slark is huge.
I don't know why I'm still hoping for my prediction. Like, that's absurd.
Who did you have for the observer words?
I think I just put MVP.
Okay.
So we are getting that one at least.
I hoped it would come down to a 50-50 shot between you choosing Fnatic and me choosing MVP for one of us to be completely wrong in all predictions.
Yeah.
Not the case, though. Ooh, almost catching him. Flame Break pushes him over the cliff, but does manage to get the pounce away. Now pops the ultimate in order to get rid of that Omni Slash, and Ohio jumps in. Threatening that Chronosphere, does catch 2. MP, not the one inside of it though, is going to be able to get some damage out, but a nice stun out from DJ in the back line. Real control of some of these heroes. They jump forward and will be managed to finish up the Faceless Void finally. Offlaner for an offlaner.
And it begins.
Now the stun onto Dubu, another one for Fnatic, but MVP Phoenix, they're not going to give up their support so lightly, but again, DJ comes in for the side, in the back lines, hits the two-man impale, and MVP Phoenix don't get the opportunity to respond and retaliate for their Oracle being picked off.
Yeah, and DJ just kind of walking through the lines, nobody can do anything about it.
Blinks forward, misses this impale.
Okay, so Fnatic in a very good spot. If they still win this game, I believe they still have an opportunity at the upper bracket.
Wrap around, there's the stun, gonna go for MP. They've broken him with that silver edge. No more magic armor to be able to protect him, but it may not matter. He actually jumps over to DJ, slightly stuns himself, and his armlet toggling his way to victory.
So much.
DJ takes a lot of damage there from the burning spears. Doesn't look like, oh yeah, he is gonna take out. Bye-bye. Oh. What? 5 HP.
Alright. That's that natural pug-like reflexes.
Uh-huh.
When Ice Frog decided he was going to give Nyx like a really weird amount of HP regen.
Yeah, it was like 3 HP base. He gave him the ogre treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what just saved his life right now. DJ probably read that one day and he laughed like crazy. He's like, this is the stupidest change ever.
And now
well,
like,
that just saved your life.
Ice Frog. Thank you.
I wish I had this back in top.
Well, that just saved your life, buddy.
I will build a shrine of you with my prize money.
You fools. This is what he thinks of at night. These scenarios.
How dare you question the frog?
Alright, so there's a Battle Fury coming on the QO. He is anticipating a longer game, which I think MVP is going to be kind of unsatisfied with, just because, with the type of lineup that they had, they really thought they'd be the ones pushing the pace, but instead it's Fnatic who have so much farm on them, and it looks like they're even down to take this 4v5 fight. Mushi can connect, though, to the rest of his team.
On the opposite side of things, it looks like Midwan is focusing very much on winning these mid-game engagements with this BKB picked up. They are going to run into Febby first here with this wraparound. Should be a free kill here. Let's see how... Oh! Blink away just in time by Forev. Dodges the Chronosphere, and MVP Phoenix will try and escape, but Forev is not going to be able to get away. This is the power of the Nyx Assassin against the Bat Rider, and the gem is in the hands of DJ.
Roshan is now spawned as well. MVP desperately need this next Aegis if they want to just hold serve in this game right now, but Fnatic could just decide that they're going to walk in and take it themselves at this rate.
10-8, 25 minutes in, Fnatic about to pick up their first Roshan of the game, second Roshan in total. Ethereal Blade for Mushi. That's going to combo quite nicely with his Ags that he already has, as well as a lot of the other magic damage coming in from this team.
As Fnatic are just kind of getting map control set up. With their gem, I think they should just walk around, trying to deward everything. As we hear the smoke.
MVP Phoenix, they look to take that gem back. The two-man smoke, MP and Dubu. Forev, not going to be in range to catch anybody. They're going to run uphill here, but DJ hits the impale, blinks himself away. Forev is still desperate to try and find somebody, anybody to lasso. But now he's going to be the one in serious trouble, as there it is once again. The spike comes out. DJ stops Perez's movement forward, and Midwan immediately jumps onto him, but there's going to be the save from Dubu.
Yeah, and doesn't really look like people are going to connect, as QO is having this mini battle with Mushi up at top.
Midwan comes forward, the ultimate out from the Elder Titan. Not going to land, though. They tried to surprise the
Mushi
Slug
should really connect with the rest of his team. I'm not sure why he hasn't yet, because he could have taken the top angle and probably blocked them in, but
yeah,
instead he goes back to base and heals, and it just feels like, again, he's playing solo Dota. It felt like there was an opportunity for Fnatic to collapse on that, considering that MVP had already used...
They've got the Chronosphere, they're going to get the back line, they're going to make sure there's no false promise for MP, so they make short work of him, now turn their attention to Femi. Midwan gets perched up a little bit, the stomp goes down, and pops the BKB, but he's going to be lasted up. Fortunately, hit the pounce on Perez, who's not thrown anywhere. QO tries to create the space for Perez, but it's just not possible, not with that sneaky Nyx assassin.
Oh, QO gets nailed!
QO gets hit up, big stomp goes down, Mushi jumps forward with a Starstorm, they've got him. Bebby up next, all the way underneath tier 4 towers. Forget about it, Dubu, you're not making an escape here. 15-8, MVP Phoenix have just been wiped underneath their own throne.
I just noticed Midwan's name is Mid1.speed gaming MLG.
Yeah.
That was the dream run, and it's happening again. Wait, didn't Mushi lose in that tournament in the finals?
Was it Fnatic in the finals?
No, it was DK. It was that DK.
Yeah.
A throwback. But that is going to be minimum of racks. That was really nice arrow, but I mean, Fnatic just seemed to be able to do it 4v5 as looks like mid1. Trying to play a little bit sneaky. Don't feel like this is too necessary though.
One lane of racks. The one thing QO's certainly right about, if MVP Phoenix is going to come back, it's going to be through a very long game. But as you said, they would still have a serious disadvantage late game with a Juggernaut and Huskar against a Slark, Mirana, and even the Faceless Void.
It's going to take some time. But MVP, they're going to do what MVP knows best. Get into another fight that doesn't look like they're going to be able to win. But I'm sure they'll somehow manage. As the Chrono's about to come back off cooldown, and I think that's going to prompt Fnatic to just gather up once again. As they are very strong right now. MVP really want to fight around this Roche Pit if possible though.
They are taking away a lot of that vision with these counter wards laid out.
MVP, gather it up.
Smoke and a full wrap on the right hand side. I was like, they're kind of splitting up. It's a big concern, but
they can maybe find Forever here. They don't have.
Immediately, he fireflies, sees mid-1, tries to bounce back for the lasso, but realizes the Dark Pack will cause him issues, so MP's going to be the one jump forward. But BKB activated, and MP being hit a lot of stats going to be taken away. While the Chronosphere in the background is going to be able to control all the support, meaning MP once again will not get the saving fall as promised. Only Armlet toggling will be able to keep him alive, and he can't do that forever. MVP Phoenix get wiped once again, and Fnatic,
they are
surely they'll get a second lane of racks here.
Ohio just wants to skip the creep wave and go for it, but the rest of his team is going to make their way in as at that top lane's pushing in. The Jug does have buyback available, none on the Huskar though. Jug is the only person that can buy back. Probably going to be mega creeps for Fnatic, but they're not even going to wait it out as MVP. They tap out as series goes 1-1.
Well, we were right. MVP Phoenix did play some most of the rewards. We won the coin toss.
In some ways, Cap, I feel like this was the most difficult category to guess.
Sure. 30-minute game. Fnatic strike back pretty hard in game number 2, drawing this series to a 1-1, leaving the group stage standings still a bit of a question mark. We'll have more matches coming up, but that will be a break time for me and Blitz. Blitz, you casting